Hello and welcome back to another episode of Auto Reviews 24. Today we are going to compare two popular models from Mazda in the compact SUV segment, which is none other than CX-5 and CX-50 right here. The CX-5 we have today is the GT Sports model right below the signature model, and on my right we have the CX-50's Meridian, which is the top of the line model. In today's video, we are going to talk about both the cars in detail and compare with each other, come up with a final thought about which car is right for you. Or should you wait for the newest addition in this, which is the CX-50's hybrid version. Before we get into more details about this comparison, huge shout out to Dennis from Kramer's Mazda for lending us this car today so that we can review this and compare it for you. If you need any Mazda cars, please contact him and he will be able to help you as he has got a lot of new stock. In fact, the new CX-50 Mazda hybrid is also coming this December. And to support my channel, please like and subscribe my videos so that I can bring more such car reviews to you in order to simplify your car buying journey. So before we get into more details about both the cars, let me give you some key differences right now. The CX-5 here is much more shorter and taller. Other side, the CX-50 is much more longer and lower. The CX-5 here is more agile and fun to drive in city, whereas the CX-50 here is more rugged, off-road oriented. The CX-5 here is much more affordable, has bigger cargo space compared to the CX-50, which is slightly pricier. Having said that, it comes with more modern and premium interior and a good second row space. So the question which I want to answer you today, which is the right car for you and why? So let us get into more detail about each car and talk about what they have to offer and then decide which is the right one for you. Alright, so let's talk about the engine and powertrain about both the cars. So both the cars has pretty much the same engine options available, two inline 4-cylinder engine options. The first one which comes with the lower models, which is the 187 horsepower and 186 pound-feet of torque, but the most popular engine in this segment is the second one, which is the inline 4 turbo engine, and which produces 256 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque. If you use premium fuel, which is 93 octane, you get the same numbers. If you use regular fuel, you slightly get reduced horsepower, roughly around 227 horsepower. So let's talk about how the engine looks in both the cars. Right over on the CX-50, you see that the engine is really very well laid out. I love the way the Mazda logo and the Sky Active Turbo badging is here. Good thing is this comes with an hydraulic hood, which is nice. On the other side, we have CX-5 here. Again, the turbo engine, because this is the GT Turbo. This is a regular hood without any hydraulic. Again, a big miss, I would say. So let's talk about the CX-50's exterior design and understand how it is different from the CX-5. So CX-50, as you see, it is much longer and wider. So it clearly reflects in the way the car looks. I personally like the CX-50's design much more than the CX-5 because this one is much more modern and elegant. Right in the front, I love the way this grille is different from CX-5, like a chain style of grille. Again, the Mazda logo is comparatively small, but it does come with 360-degree camera, so you have a front camera right here. The CX-50, immediately you see that it looks much more premium. This particular color is the polymetallic gray and it looks really stunning. Also, this one has some graphics on top of the hood, as if you can see it, which spells CX-50 Meridian, and which looks really different from other similar models. And that's why it's pricier also. But having said that, let's talk about the front design again. And the front bumper right here is very different from the CX-50 if you see side by side. And CX-50 here is clearly a winner in its design, as this is much more rugged. As you see, I love the way they have broken down into different colors, about black plastic finish to the silver tone kind of a finish. The radar system is here. The opening is active grille shutters, which is again a nice touch to it. It also has functional air vents on the side. Another important and very classic design choice is the C when it follows down to the headlights. I mean, there is a big gap, as if like you can literally put anything on here while you are on camping. The LED headlights are also very classic and slim, as you see. Again comes with halogen headlights, all LEDs, and the blacked out finish also kind of elevates the way this car looks from the front. Over to the sides, here is where things changes. Again, this car here is much more rugged and off-road oriented, so you will see this plastic cladding all over the car sides. These claddings are not rounded, they are much more squarish in its shape, which is a different touch. These are the new 255 by 60 R18, very specific to this Meridian model only. I really love the way it looks with a two-tone finish to it. Over to the sides, again, as I mentioned, the car is longer and shorter, which clearly reflects in its slopey roofline design. The windows are much more smaller, and overall side profile is even better compared to the CX-5. If you see on the sides, again the same cladding continues. Back of this car, it's where you see this small little silver chrome touch, which again kind of reflects a different vibe of the car. The roof rails are also in the similar silver tone finish. Let's get into the back of the car, and that's where you will also see some subtle changes. But clearly you see that the car is much more lower in stance. Tail lights are very slim like the front LED headlights, and this also comes with this blacked out finish. All LED turn signals are very different than other players. Again, lots of badging, Sky Active turbo badging over here, and CX-50 all-wheel drive badging on the left. So the back, again, as I mentioned, is very classic Mazda style. The tail lights are very integrated in the spoiler. Again, the spoiler could have been a little big to kind of give a better stance from the side. The lower bumper is also again very simple. I love these two exhausts which are kind of visible. The other thing which I noticed in this design element is similar to mimicking the front design is this fake vents here. The way this rear is designed, if you can catch in the camera, it very neatly integrates with this design and the extended protrude on the rear wheels, and it kind of gives you that very signature touch of Mazda's newer design. Let's talk about the cargo space in the CX-50. Right here you see, obviously the car length kind of reflects in the overall cargo space, not bigger than CX-5. So it is roughly around 31.5 cubic feet space. Again, smaller than RAV4's and CR-V's World. Because of the lower roofline, the overall height of this trunk is comparatively less than CX-5. That's one thing which you should keep in mind. Car also comes with a full spare tire. There are good small amount of cubby spaces on both sides. Also comes with similar levers like how you have in CX-5. With one click, you can literally flat your second rows. So let's first take CX-5 and talk about the exterior design. So this car here is shorter compared to CX-50. So this is 180 inches long. So it obviously translates into the overall space inside the car. Right at the front, the CX-5 is one of the oldest car in Mazda's portfolio now, in its second generation. It is almost 10 years old. So there is not much which has changed in the way it looks. But again, mind you, Mazda's designs are very simple, elegant and classic. Unlike the Kias and Hyundais who changed their designs drastically in 2 years span. So this particular CX-5 is the GT Sports. So you see these black elements in the exterior design. So the grille is completely black. Again, this is a very typical CX-5 grille. A big Mazda logo. I wish it can also glow like all other competitors these days. Again, this is a signature Mazda C-shaped grille which kind of neatly integrates with the all LED headlights. This C-shaped LED daytime running lights and projector style LED lights are also a welcome change in this refresh. The blacked out accents within the headlight also stands out well. The lower bumper also comes with this glossy black finish because of the sports model. No front cameras, mind you, but overall the design is very simple. There is no fog lamps as well. So over to the sides, as you see, the fenders are also all painted in black instead of having a rugged plastic look. This one being a GT Sport, it comes with R19 255 by 55 rims with this all-season tires from Toyo. Over to the sides, again blacked out side mirrors as part of this package, integrated turn signals. So over to the sides, as I mentioned, the CX-5 is shorter but taller, which reflects in its side profile. Again, the side design is very simple and minimalistic. Let's go to the back of this car. I love the way aluminum accent finish is there on the lower bottom of this windows. A very typical looking Mazda. Lot of badges in this car. CX-5 all-wheel drive on the other hand. Sky Active G turbo on the other side because this is a turbo engine. On the back you see it comes with two exhaust systems which are bigger than before and looks really nice. Again the black accent continues on the lower bumper. Everything else is just positioned right and in a very simple way. Even the tail lights are all LEDs which is nice and it looks very slim and classic. One thing I noticed is the rear spoiler is very small. In the sports model they could have little and enlarged this spoiler to give it more classic stance. Let's talk about the cargo space in the CX-5. As you see, the cargo space is roughly around 32 cubic feet in the CX-5, which is decent but not the best in this class because RAV4 offers 38 cubic feet and Honda CR-V offers as good as 41 cubic feet of space. There is a small space on either side of it, but it is very shallow. There is a full spare tire beneath this cargo space, which is nice. Nice levers through which you can actually flat the second row right from the back. Let's get into the interior dashboard and the tech of this CX-50, which is a completely new design compared to the CX-5. Over to the driver's door panel, right? So the door panel is very simple and classic. It comes with this dual tone fit and finish, black and brownish. Again, the top door panel is soft plastic, leatherette or leather kind of stitching as well as leather combination. You have got keys and the switches which are very simple and easy to access. Even I love the way they have tucked in the Bose tweeters here. Even the door cubby space here down is wide and big, which is great. Hand support with the soft leather padding here. Over to the driving side of it, the steering wheel is tilted and telescopic adjustable and it has got good range of motion, which is nice. The design changes compared to CX-5. AC vents, the way it looks, it is very elegant and different feel to it. Lots of buttons over here to access, like your 2% memory seat buttons are over here compared to the door panels. You have got camera controls, parking and every other things over here. The steering wheel is much more slim, very modern in its own way. The buttons and switches are very simple, like this chrome finish buttons, and the fit and finish of this is top notch. 10 to 12 way adjustable, I believe, again electronically adjustable, and the seats are sitting quite higher from the floor. So the overall driving position and the visibility is really nice. Alright, so over to the passenger side door, and as you see, the passenger side door is also very classic and premiumly designed. All this dual tone material continues there. This dashboard is completely different from the CX-5. It sits much more lower, so the visibility is quite high. Even the material here is a soft material across this whole dashboard. You have the same leather with different contrast stitching finish here. The way this AC vents are designed here are quite different, bigger ones on the sides and the center one is quite small, give a minimalistic design and look. HVAC system is very neatly designed to cover only a small part of dashboard. Even the glove box in this is very different. You see it has got like a two shelf design inside, something to put on the top and then a deep space beneath it, which is something different. The passenger seats actually again are electronically adjustable 6 to 8 ways. So these seats are Napa leather seats. Again, this black and brown combination. Perforated seats comes with heated and ventilated, and these seats I would say are much more softer compared to CX-5 but still harder than other products from other manufacturers like RAV4s or CR-Vs or Honda's products. So let's talk about the dashboard and the tech of this car. As you clearly see, the visibility of this dashboard is very neat and classic and simple. Infotainment system here comes with a bigger screen which is 12.3 inches, and the instrument control again is a combination of analog and digital, similar to the CX-5, so nothing different here. You have got pedal shifters, which is nice. Over to the center console, again a traditional style gear shifter, which you have got same drive modes but again similar to CX-5 with this knob. The knob is quite big and only 4 buttons: home, navigation, and all the volume buttons are on the sides. Auto hold, piano black finish here, decent with this chrome touches to it. There is a small cubby space right here. The cup holders are on the front, again a decent size. So the wireless charging pad is right here, which is very small. Overall space in this center console is deep, but it also comes with 2 USB-C ports, and the way this opens is similar to how Mercedes cars opens both ways, which is again a different touch to it. Armrest is very soft and high quality materials. So the hatchback system, as I mentioned, is also very small and neatly designed. This knobs and buttons, which is good, comes with heated steering wheel, heated seats and ventilated seats, so which is all a great addition at this price point. Rear view mirrors are quite slim, comes with home link buttons. You also have, I believe, sunglass holder and a panoramic sunroof. As you see, it also opens up. So over to the second row of the CX-50, and immediately one thing I feel clearly is the space in the CX-50 is much more better than the CX-5. Clearly a winner in this case. Roughly 39 to 40 inches of legroom. Again, the advantage of the seats being higher on the floor gives you an ability to tuck your legs inside the front seats, which is nice. Big hump here, so obviously the third passenger will have difficulty in the comfort level, but the seats are really premium, flat, wide, and the under thigh support is really well. Again, this two-tone look and the way the perforated seats are designed, it is really luxurious to see and feel. This rear seat also comes with heated, which you can access it from the center console here from the back side. Adds the AC vents and the USB-Cs in the bottom, which is nice. On the center armrest side of it, it has got two cup holders. The headroom of this car is quite decent, I would say. Even though the roofline is slopey and lower than the CX-5, you've got this decent size LED lights on both the sides, small hook to use for your coat holder or something. Much nicer space here in the second row. Okay, so let's talk about the CX-5's interior dashboard design and the tech. As you see, the design is very minimalistic, simple and classic. The steering wheel is also telescopic and tilt adjusted, which is nice. Pretty much a top model, I would say. It comes with Bose 12 speaker audio system. The front instrument driver's display is combination of both analog and digital. The main infotainment system is 10.3 inches, which is small compared to the competitors. I love the way the steering wheel is. Over to the center of the dashboard, it comes with heated steering wheel. It comes with heated seats and ventilated seats. It is a dual zone climate control HVAC system, which is nice. The AC vents are quite big. You have different drive modes here. 3 drive modes on the instrument control, as you see: normal, sports and off-road. Infotainment system generally is controlled with this classic Mazda style rotary knob, which is similar to the iDrive system in BMW. You have got home button, navigation, music, back, and even the manual volume knob here, which is a good addition. The auto hold and the parking brakes. If you want to access this infotainment screen, you can access it with this knob, and it is very simple. The number of layers in this operating system is very less. So as you see, there are hardly 5-6 options. All you need to do is just go in each option and then you will be able to navigate. This also comes with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and this screen converts itself into touchscreen when you connect your Apple CarPlay. At least the good thing here in CX-5 is this infotainment screen is much more closer to the driver, so I can reach the screen easily. It also comes with heads-up display here in the top trim. This is the GT Sports, one level below signature. Here you can also see there is a wireless charging pad right here. No USB-A's or USB-C's I can see of. The cup holders are decent size. You can put the water bottle easily. The center console, a tray, I would say, and a very small space below the tray. You have got 2 USB-C's, which is nice, but no USB-C is outside. On the center, you see the rear view mirror comes with home link settings, which is nice, but no digital view mirror. Here you have sunglass holder, which is again a good touch. A visor, which has got LED lights, as well as a clip here to store your license and stuff like that. You also have a single sunroof which also opens. Okay, so let's talk about the driver side door panel. This is the GT Sports model, so the product, so the overall fit and finish is high quality. I love the way this soft leather stitching on the dashboard is. Even this small carbon fiber style touch, the aluminum finish to it, the switches are all one click up and down. The way this knob is to adjust your side mirror is really classic, and big cubby space here, but it is very shallow, so you don't expect higher items to stay still. You have trunk opening button over here and AC vent chrome finish to it is really looking nice. The driver seat also comes with 2% memory seats. This is a Napa leather, perforated leather seats with this contrast reddish or purplish stitching, I would say, and looks really premium. So let's talk about the passenger side seats here. This passenger side seats are 6-way adjustable powered seats, which is good. It is much more firm in terms of the other car products which has more softer seats. The glove box is very simple and decent. Go to the dashboard. The dashboard look is very simple and elegant looking. Again, soft leather as well as plastic material on top. The stitching look also elevates the look. The chrome finish and this carbon fiber style plastic element to it also kind of differentiates the product quality. So let's talk about the rear seats comfortness and the space for the CX-5. The CX-5's rear seat is also very comfortable, I would say. The space is roughly around 37 inches of legroom. The good thing is the front seats are sitting quite higher from the floor, so I can easily put my legs under the seats, which you can even clearly see it from here how much of a gap it is below the seats with two AC vents but no USB-C charging ports or everything. The seat here is quite flat, and as I said, the seats are quite on a firmer side, not softer comparatively, but this also comes with heated seats. Apparently you can access it from a very weird location, which is this armrest which you pull down and you have cup holders, and this is where you will have your heated seats. Also there is a small place to store your phone as well as charge it here with this USB ports, which is again a decent and unique touch to this car. That's about it. The door panels are also quite simple, decent, and also has a high quality leather material and stitching to it. Okay, so let's get into the driving impressions of this new CX-50. Immediately the car is very premium to drive with, and you can feel it when you step into this driver's seat. The steering wheel is very much like a German car. Ride quality of this is really nice. I would say immediately that the car feels much more stiffer in its ride quality. The suspension is way more stiff. Like if I move it to the sports mode, it even becomes much more stiffer, but again it delivers much power on your hand because it is 260 horsepower roughly. Overall, the agility and the handling of this car is really nice. There is very less body roll. The braking is very confident as the brake hugs the rims really well. As soon as I hit the gas pedal, as you see, the car really spins off to a good speed in decent amount of time, roughly 6 seconds. I would say the steering, as I mentioned, is very much similar to German cars like a BMW car, for example, or I would say the steering is very precise. No dead spot or numbness to the steering wheel, which is good. Overall, the confidence of even the turning radius of this car is quite nice. Driving this in turns and twisty roads, it is very easy and nimble for you to handle this car. So I would say the CX-5 obviously is a city driving car, but the CX-50 can also be used for city driving, and plus it also gives you an addition of your off-road capabilities with ground clearance, which is 8.6 inches, 1 inch more than CX-5, which adds to its value proposition. Yeah, so this engine is mated to 6-speed automatic, so that is one thing I would say. The ratios is very less compared to 9-speed or 8-speed or even 10-speed automatic gearbox. Actually are driving fast or kind of slow it down quickly, you will see that little bit of delay in moving the shifters from one gear to another gear or lower gear. Besides that, the driving and the handling of this Mazda CX-50 is really top notch. Now let's move into another car, high selling compact SUV from Mazda, and see if that is also true to his driving DNA. Okay, so now we are into the CX-5. Let's talk about the driving dynamics and the overall impressions of this car. The sitting position is slightly higher than CX-50, I would say. Overall, the dashboard is also higher, so the visibility is compromised compared to the CX-50. The driving and the visualization of the front windshield is quite narrow, or I would say smaller than the CX-50, the way it is designed. But the steering preciseness and the handling and the agility of this car, as you see, right, it's really awesome. When it comes to overall power delivery in this model is quite linear and smooth. I am feeling very less jerkiness of the gearbox compared to the CX-50, but the stiffness of the suspension is still there. I can really feel the bumps on the road easily even in this normal mode. It is just the way this car is designed and configured, tuned. The softness of the suspension is something which Mazda should work upon. Again, this is a perfect city drive. So as I mentioned, change the steering wheel. The steering wheel is really nice. The cornering and the handling of this car is as good as CX-50. The car is really nimble, as well as there is very limited body roll in this. Mazdas are known for their driving. In recent times, Mazda have increased their prices, elevated their product quality by giving more premium materials and modern and premium design elements, and it also translates into their engine technology as well as the fuel economy and everything. So it's a complete package which you get when you buy a Mazda product, and this car really stays up to that value or the brand equity which Mazda has created in North America, and this car is no short of that. That's pretty much it. I mean, the cars are really fun to drive. It is a matter of choice whether you want to buy a car which looks more traditional and city driving oriented, or you want to go with a car which looks more rugged off-road style, as well as car which has high ground clearance, and you can use that for both city and off-road occasionally. Time for the final thoughts. After reviewing both the cars side by side and driving them and understanding the differences, I've come to a conclusion. There is no one answer for both. So if you are a buyer who is looking for a car which is much more affordable, slightly more fuel efficient, bigger cargo, and also a car which is more friendly in city driving, then you can consider CX-5. However, if you are the buyer who is looking for much more rugged looking off-road capable vehicle with more modern and premium interior and a classic exterior modern touches, a product which is also available now in a hybrid powertrain, then you should go ahead and choose the CX-50 right here. The CX-50 would be my personal choice. This car, for roughly around $2,000 more on each trim levels, it still offers much more value on a mid trims. Also, now that it comes with a hybrid powertrain, the mileage which it can give is roughly around 16 kilometers per liter compared to the CX-5, which can give you around 10 to 11 kilometers per liter. So that way also it can really compensate that additional cost which you are going to pay in the CX-50. It also gives you that luxuriousness, but it also gives you that combination of premium interior and exterior and hybrid powertrain. That's all from my side for this review. Thank you all for watching. See you all in the next one.